Hi, myself, I'm Shravyala. So for the ISL project, we are in group of three members. Sai Krishna and Rashekar are the teammates, other teammates. So we three together have done a project on Facebook metric analysis. So in this, we have a data set, and this is the data set what we have for the Facebook metric analysis. It has got pages, likes in it, how it is on a monthly basis, weekly, hour, and lifetime post. Here we can see, and each has got a different values in it. So this is the raw data what we have. So based on this data we are making some analysis on it. So here, first thing I'd like to describe this problem, that this data set is useful to study different approaches using a machine learning in order to predict the performance of these metrics regarding the posts which are published in different brands of the Facebook pages. So, and this Facebook metrics data is related to the posts which are published during the year of 2014, and on the page of the Renault Cosmetics brand. So this is the link where we have got the data set. So based on that data set we are trying to do the metrics analysis. So the data set what we have seen over there, so it has got near around 500 records in it, and it has total of 19 features. Uh, and each there are different types of features in it, or all independent feature. Now we are trying to analyze the correlation or the uh, similarities between the different features in it, or finding the count of those. So some of the features are like how many pages, total pages, and when the post has been went on live, what kind of posts are there, is it on video link, or it's on the status part or the photo, and different types of categories, and based on post month, post weekday, post hour, paid, how many likes, share, comments, total interactions, post metrics, so recorded after posting, EDA only. So these are different types of features what we have seen in the data set what we have. So the basic approach or the process for doing this project is like, we have four steps involved in this. The first step is loading and viewing the data. So in the first step we need to find what is the data in the data set provided. We need to get to know what are the features in it, where are there any null values in it, what are the different features in that, and based on the data which we got as an output, we need to perform the pre-processing on it. The pre-processing involves like what are the different correlations or the similarities between any of the two columns, or two types of data, or two types of features, and are there any missing values. If there are some missing values, removing those null values and taking the count in it. And next, the third step is performing the exploratory data analysis, that is EDA. In that we try to understand what are the relationships, and the um, we can deploy plots for those. And next we perform the, and also we perform the outliers, how to handle those outliers, the boundary values. And then we perform the modeling, in which we divide the data set into test part and the training part, and then performing the linear regression or lasso, random forest, and validating that model. So with that we will be able to do the complete process for the analysis. So here now I'm going to explain about the first step, like loading and viewing the data. So for the Facebook metrics dataset what we have, so we are checking the features which are there in it, and what type of data it is. Are there any null values, what dot data types, whether it is an integer or a float value, dependent or independent. So we are trying to view and first load the data into the code, and then viewing the data. So for this we have written the R code for it. This is being executed in the R Studio. So here the class pandas.code frame dot data frame range, it's given from 500 into 0 to 499, and the data columns we have total 19 columns, and these are the different types of different columns what we have, and it shows what are the count in each column and are there any null values or what type of data it is. So the first, for the page total likes, we have the non-null integer. There are no non-null values. That means there are no null values, and its data type is int. And for next category it is like object, and we have other data types like float also in it. So in none of them there are no null values in it. So here it shows the total the data types. There are three data types, that is float, int and object. So for float we have total three values, 3 features, and for int we have 15, and object there is 1. So this is the amount of memory which is being used. So first in the R code we have loaded the data and we have viewed what kind of data is available in our data set. In general, if there is a small data set, we can just view the data in the Excel and we may be able to understand it. But when we are not sure like how much data is going to be there in the particular .csv file, then we would be using these commands to get to know about the data. First, any data set would be tried to analyze what is the features or the data present in it. And the next step what we have performed is like under each type of feature what are the different values. We are checking the head of the first 10 rows of the data set, which helps us to understand the variables. So what type of variables are there, what kind of data it is presenting, it helps us to know with this data. So here in this table, if we can see, we have page total likes. So these are the number of likes for a photo. Under the for a photo, that category is number 2, and for a month we have it as a 12, for weekday it is 4, for hourly it is 3, and is it a paid one, it is 0. Lifetime post total reach count, it is 2752. So in such a way all the different 19 features are all covered like with those values. So with this we are able to know that what type of thing, whether it is status, photo or a video, how many likes are there per a month, how many are there per a week. So we can analyze that for a photo how many likes are being generated in a month, in a week. So these kind of analysis can be performed with this data. So next, moving on to the explanatory data analysis. So in order to perform any analysis on the data, first we are trying to find out the correlation between those respective features. The correlation, nothing but the similarities. Are there any similarities between any of the features in it? Respective to like was observed and correlation between every feature. So here we have taken the initial to correlate, we have taken the feature like. With like we have correlated every other feature, and here this shows, this is the command what we use in the R code, correlation equal to df dot open braces, and this is the code which we got. So in this we can see for a like what is the total correlation with the other fields. So the same it is represented in the graphical format. Here we can see page total likes, this is 1 per page total likes. The same thing, what are the similarities or the correlations what we have, all these are indicated. So for it is correlated, each feature is correlated with every other feature and what were its values. The similar values have been highlighted here, which shows that those have some similarities between those two features. So we can try to analyze in that scenario. Similarly, we can see page likes and post likes. So for a page, what are number of likes and post likes? So from, we have given the plots over here. So from the observation plots, likes are peaks during the initial time of post and loss the pace later, while the page likes are vice versa, and most of these are through the photo type. So for these we have got all for the category of photo, where it is high and later on it is getting low, whereas for the total page likes it is low, initially it is low and later on it moved on to high. This is the pie chart which shows in this way. I'll pause here for my teammates to continue.